Yes, sir. Top of the top. What's going on, big bruh?
Shit, man, you already know. Slow motion in the big old ocean. Just trying to stay afloat. You know what I'm saying? Heavy out here in the galaxy doing Sith Lord things. You know what I mean?
It's wartime right now.
Yeah, come on, man. Warlords out here in this galaxy.
Talk about the new league, big bro. What's the name of the new league?
This one's called the Brotherhood of the Sith. You know what I mean? And it's fitting. You know what I mean? It's the most impatient I've been waiting every time. I mean, when someone's on the clock. Because Sith Knights do not have patience. That's why the Jedi's just be chilling. They be mindful of your thoughts. You be patient. And then motherfuckers will just chill and meditate. You know, the Sith Knight, he's pacing. You know what I mean?
Come on now.
He already got the lightsaber already lit up. You feel me? Yeah.
Oh, it's a Star Wars theme.
Yeah, it's a Star Wars woo-wop.
And it's a 12-team league?
Yep, it's a 12-team dynasty. You know what I mean? It's our, it's the Gen Wealth format. You know what I mean?
Come on now.
Yeah, man. But, you know.
IDP league.
Yeah, the thing, it just don't stop. You know what I mean? We just keep going.
You know,
this is actually the last one for this offseason. Then we getting off in the redraft. Yeah, and in that 32.
That's what
World War 32.
My mama.
About to launch that one. Probably like 5. I think it's like, oh yeah. I think we had 7 people left, and it keeps reminding me, I gotta holler at 7.
Come on now. 100%, man, on everything. And that's the 32 league team that we got coming up here. Oh, well, we already got what? 25 people.
Yeah,
7 people on my mama. So if you want to get in that league, man, tap in with me or Bog or anybody from the Gen Wealth. 100%. We gonna try and fill that bitch up here as soon as possible. Redraft season is here. You know what I mean? If y'all got any redraft leagues that y'all starting up, you want to invite us, you know what I mean? Let us know. 100%. You know what I mean? We are ready to swing them swords. 100% is wartime. Them is facts. You know what I mean? Let's start the show off right. 100%.
It's juice in a plump of breakfast. While I beat the paper, better hit the block. About to see some pipe, baby.
100%. Y'all know what time it is. We are the digital newspaper, fellas. 100%. My name, Heart to Start JD, aka the Guccini. I got my big Brett Bogard in the building with me. 100%. You can find him at the Gen Wealth, Gen Wealth _ at IG, Gen Wealth Net, all on motherfucking all one word on YouTube, Apple and Spotify Music. Mr. Bogard Scott Free, his motherfucking self. 100%. My dog Slim, Boogie Vision 45 on YouTube. I mean Boogie Vision 45 on Instagram, and from a fan's perspective on YouTube. 100%. The fashion episode just dropped. Make sure you go slide over and run that bitch up. 100%. You know what I mean? We got Emil in the building. Top of the good afternoon, big bro. 100%.
Hey, shout out to Emil, man. Canada in this thing.
Is it often? The 32-man league do got like 5 IDPs and I think 5 offensive slots. I think it is.
Yeah, it's a super flex spot. 1 running back, 1 receiver. Then it's 2 regular flex. Might be 3. Can't remember. I think it's 3. And then we definitely have 2 regular flex IDPs and then 1 of each. So, 1 LB, 1 DB, 1 DL.
Oh, my mama.
Yeah, but that's the only way we'll be able to properly. And it's a super flex spot because there's a maximum on QBs you can hold, or a limit. So the limit is 1 per. And so that ensures everyone gets 1 quarterback. And then it's a super flex spot only. So when you do have a bye weeks, or say like you're dealing with a QB injury or things of that nature, because that's the one other caveat, is that everyone is guaranteed one QB, but you can only hold one. There's a limit. So it's not even an honor system anymore. Sleeper actually gave us that option now. It's pretty badass.
Come on now.
Yeah, so you got to get strategic, right? Like, hey, man, say you got a quarterback, he might be down for 8 weeks. It might be worth chucking him and then going putting fucking fab on the backup. You know what I mean? I saw somebody do it a couple years ago in the first one, in the first one that I hosted. You feel me? Because this is from the mind of Bogey.
Come on now.
World War.
Oh, my mama. We got the ear to the streets in the building. What's up, big bro? Top of the morning, man.
What's up, big bro?
He said, happy Thursday to the best digital newspaper online. Let's fucking go. 100%, bro.
You know what I'm saying? See, they fucked up. Back they let us do it from home now. Back in this, we used to have to get on the bike, huh? Throw that bitch at the door.
Paper boy. That was one of the illest games.
That was the slap.
That was
Do
one
you
of my.
Remember that Paperboy slap?
Huh?
That song by Paperboy?
Oh yeah.
The one-hit wonder Paperboy.
Everything. And the video game.
Oh shit, I think it's called Do the Diddy, right?
Yeah.
You do the Diddy if you want to, and then want to sing if I want to. Do the Diddy.
That's the early 90s.
Hey, that song was the slap.
Oh my mama.
This is something funky for the 90s.
Oh,
another fat track, so rhythm deep on the orange juice.
Facts. We're gonna play a message from our sponsor, and we're gonna get y'all ready for tonight too. And with the all-in-one whopping. Then we're gonna get into the motherfucking topics, man. 100%. Give us a few, man. Check out this new promo from Mr. Neon Peacock merch himself. 100%, man.
Extension on the sale. Peacock made the phone call. $13 tease extension. Let's go.
Let's get it, man.
Eureka. We make plays every day, yeah. 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 Hit 'em with the run pass option. I run shit or I shred from the pocket. I'm always shopping, I'm always copping, and always pray I'm falling like leaves an item. Hey, what could I say? I make plays every day. Catch me with a thick one, make her pay what she weigh. And then some. Welcome to my kingdom. Really in the field, never got my feet up. Go hard, push a hard line. Yeah, been around, peep the archives. Yeah. Off top, it's a long grind. You don't need to watch to see that it's hard time, yeah. I'm counting chips, finna take the chip. You counterfeits, better pay attention. I'm about a chick, catch me in my bag. Sunday to Sunday, living that. We make plays every day, yeah. Yeah, we make plays every day, yeah. 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 Yeah, we make plays every day, yeah. We make plays every day, yeah. We make plays every day, yeah.
Could be one sitting
in the pocket. I like to dip and dunk, but I rock it. Money, money, money is a topic. Win, win, win. It's the only option.
Yes, sir. Y'all know what time it is, man. Make sure you go slide over to neonpeacockmerch.com. Get locked in what Big Bruh got going on. You heard Bogey say it, man. He extended the sale, you know what I mean? Big Bruh made that phone call to go ahead and bless the people, you know what I mean? So go ahead and go slide over there and get locked in. And then you see, you know, the sounds coming from our none other than Mr. Bogard, Scott Free, the motherfucking Playmakers anthem, 100%. You can go find it on Apple and Spotify music right now, 100%. How can you not get turned up for that, man? And that lets you know that the motherfucking Playmakers gonna be here tonight, man. 100%. Let's fucking get it, dog.
Yeah, special Thursday night edition.
Come on, man. We make plays every day, man. So you know what I mean? You know, man. Hey,
we just had to show Thursday night some love one time, right? Like,
oh, mama, them is facts, man. Let's get into this first motherfucking topic, y'all. I was talking about this on yesterday's show about the fires down in SoCal, and they were trying, the insurance company was trying to lowball the homeowners, and the son of the people that they were trying to lowball, he used AI, and he got him 150,000 more on his insurance, on their insurance claim.
Wow.
No mama. So let's peep this AI shit, man. Can you hear, bro?
An elderly couple lost their home in the Eden fire. Were having trouble with their insurer until their son stepped in.
Yeah, he actually used artificial intelligence to help fight for more money, and he actually won. Well, now he's on a mission to share his experience with other fire survivors. On your side's Christine Lazar here with this story. This sounds amazing.
You know, it's genius, and it's kind of one of those things where you think, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
No kidding.
And as we start to use AI more and more, we realize that even though we're not an expert in a field, AI can make us kind of a pseudo-expert, and we can push back when we feel like we've been wronged. So it didn't cost him any money, and he says it only took a few hours, but with the help of AI, a data scientist who grew up in Altadena says he was able to secure an increase in his parents' insurance payout of more than $150,000. Now, just to note, we agreed not to share the name of the family's home insurance as they're still waiting on the money, and they do fear retaliation.
The first trauma was losing the family home in the Eaton fire.
It was very emotional for them because there's very little left.
The second trauma, Dennis Salguero says, was dealing with his elderly parents' home insurance company.
Some adjusters would only be assigned to our account for like 3 days. They'd tell us one day that they were our new adjuster, and then 3 days later, they'd say, nope, I'm not your new adjuster.
Salguero says the final adjuster came back with a rebuild estimate well below the market average, leaving his parents, both retired teachers, underwater.
So the difference was well into the six figures. And that's where we thought, well, we have to do something about this because there's just no way we can rebuild for what they were offering.
So Salguero decided to use his background as a data scientist and utilize artificial intelligence to push back against the insurance company.
Well, the beauty of AI is that basically every document, every professional domain is open to you. So I may not be an insurance adjuster or a construction expert by trade, but I know that that information is out there.
Salguero used multiple free versions of AI to draft an appeal.
I had ChatGPT give me a basic document. Like, what are the arguments you would make here? What are the estimates you would make here? I took that document, I showed it to another engine. In that case, it was Grok by X. And that engine was able to say, good document, but I think on this line and this line and this line, I would change the values.
This is that letter.
So what you're seeing here is about 80% written by AI.
It includes multiple models with estimates to rebuild, complete with a line-by-line breakdown of costs.
How did the insurance company react to those documents?
Silence. But that was also a good sign in my view.
Salguero assumed they were taking time to review it, and he was right. Within days, he says the insurer came back with a payout that was more than $150,000 greater than their original offer.
They essentially said that they agreed with the documentation I sent them.
When I asked Salguero how that felt, he was overcome with emotion.
Because it's for my parents.
It's a good kid. You know, even though he's grown now.
I mean, I just happen to be good at this stuff.
These are my parents.
up on the screen.
Now Salguero is sharing what he learned.
I want to use this as a teachable moment to help other homeowners that are in this situation.
With his thousands of followers on his Data Science with Dennis social media pages.
I hope it makes people feel empowered to do this, because I think it can be very intimidating to go up against an insurance company and fight for what you've been paying for, right? For what your coverage is. And it should also make people feel like they don't have to be an expert in all of these items. They just have to be able to accurately describe to AI what it is that they want to accomplish.
Salguero's parents have decided to sell their land, but he says the extra money AI helped them secure will go a long way as they decide where to settle. He also wants people to know that AI can help with any insurance issue, from health insurance to car insurance disputes.
I understand why algorithms are important and automation and all these other things, but there's real people behind those decisions. And it's disappointing to see companies forget that.
Salguero said AI can also be a useful tool as fire victims have their inventory of their losses. He said you can input a photo of your living room or your bedroom, and AI can generate a quote for what your belongings were worth. You can watch his videos on his social media for free, and we'll link to his channels on our website at kcalnews.com/SeenOnTV. And as I mentioned to you ladies, I had a dispute with a rental car company this weekend, and my friend said, who's an attorney,
Hell of a story, huh?
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, Data Science with Dennis, man, that's like the new Bill Nye the Science Guy. That guy figured it out, huh? He went and asked the Chat GPT, then he went and asked Elon's joint, right? Is that the other one? That's Elon's joint, the X or whatever.
DeepSeek. You got DeepSeek, and you got them is the two that I got. DeepSeek and Chat GPT. Them is the two that I got on my phone. 100%.
It's funny because I was still, in the beginning, I was spooked to use it on any of my devices. So we'd be in the lab just Chat GPTing all kind of shit.
Come on now.
In the studio computer, you feel me?
Well, my mama.
Let's ask it all kind of shit. You know what I mean? One of my homies, he went down the rabbit hole asking him who to bet on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't think he won too much money either. You know what I mean? It's not like this is a super cheat code for anything, but for things of this nature, hell yeah. Like, because all the bells and whistles and terminology that people don't even understand half the time, you know, the mumbo jumbo that people can spew at you, and if you don't know what they talking about, you end up just signing some shit and getting low. You know what I mean? Or not. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, or even when you're filling out an application, you might miss the wrong keywords and get denied because of that as well.
Yeah. So like, you know what I mean? Definitely, you know, like my daughter and even my girl, like, you know, they in the past couple of years have used forms of AI to put together resumes properly, and you know what I mean, for jobs and whatnot. You know what I mean? But outside of that, yeah, like, you know what I mean, even just this is just the beginning of ChatGPT of AI period. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that shit crazy.
For bruh to even think about, like, you know, let me go rewrite this proposal. You know what I mean? 100%. He said 80% of the proposal that got accepted was written by them. And then the first proposal, he took that and put it to another AI generated thing. And it said, this is where you need to fix shit, you know, boom, 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 boom. And you know what I mean? The motherfucker, he was like, man, they took a couple of days, but that was a good sign. They came back with that 150K mo. You know what I mean? It's like, bruh, you know, in that part of where the fires happened and all that, whether it be the Palisades or whether it happened at Altadena, Pasadena, and all that area, you know what I mean? The Palisades is right there on the water, but also Altadena and all that, I think that's in the hills as well. You know, that's all prime real estate. And, you know, if they can get motherfuckers to go ahead and bite on that first offer that they got to get up out of there and just move on, you know, 9 times out of 10, that's what they hoping for, 100%.
And especially for these insurance companies that still existed there insuring these homes for fire, because remember, there's a lot of companies that pulled out because shit like this happens. Those companies go under, you know what I mean? They end up filing for bankruptcy and shit, like, but that's also the thing, is that these companies got the money. They're just they're wired to lowball the fuck out of you. You know what I mean? Because 9 times out of 10 people are for lack of a better term, ignorant to this shit. Like even look at the science dentist guy, right? Even he was like, it's not right. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know, even he couldn't figure it out initially. He had to go ask AI. You know what that tells me? Man, 0, robots 1.
Come on now. 100%. You know what I mean? They up the ante for his parents to get that dough in the motherfucking pocket. You know what I mean? And they in the game of not cashing you out. You know, if you ever had to deal with an experience on making an insurance claim, you know, they gonna try and come back with that low ball shit, you know, auto accident, whether it's your fault or the other person's fault, whether it's the homeowner's insurance, you got to make a claim on. Any type of insurance. I mean, your health insurance, you know, I got Aflac, you know what I mean? Them motherfuckers, you know, they got to make sure, you know, even though you paying your monthly bill and all that, they got to make sure everything is right 100% before they cash you out. And then like Bogue said, here in California, a lot of them insurance companies have bailed. And then as of recently, I want to say within the last 2 months, Newsom allowed for, I want to say either State Farm or it was State Farm, because we had Jake from State Farm in the chat.
Yeah, it was Jake. He was hot about that shit.
Governor Newsom allowed, they proposed to jack that shit up like 25%. But Newsom was like, nah, y'all can jack it up 17%, you know what I mean? Because we don't want y'all to lose, you know, we don't want to lose y'all business. And like how you said about the fires and them having to cash out, because they only got so much money in that reserve in order to cash people out. And then once that shit get low, if another thing happens, say if it happens back to back and all that reserve was paid for that first fire, they ain't got nothing left. Like Bogue said, they go belly up 100%. I have watched some shit on that. So yeah, this and see in California, you know what I mean? These motherfuckers ain't taking care of where the high fire impact, you know, where the high impact fire areas is. They don't take care of that shit. You know, it ain't no water there. You know what I mean? It's all the cities in California are going through budget deficits. So the hiring and the firing and the layoffs of certain personnel and departments and shit. I just seen a story where the city of Sacramento, you know, because like that's who I work for. They finna it's a proposal to take away the police on the rivers. And so, you know, once the weather get good, the sun is out, everybody and their mama on that river.
Yeah, for real.
They got the police on there protecting what's going on with these
people are gonna get shot at the river.
Well, just not only that, just motherfuckers getting drunk, you know what I mean? Because, you know, you are behind a motorized vehicle, you know what I mean? 100% health reason. A motherfucker could pass out on the boat because of heat exhaustion.
My fam goes out to the river all the time.
Yeah. They go down on that motherfucker.
Remember how we covered that the story about the invasive mussels?
Yep.
Yeah. So even my brother, he was like, "Man, there's some of these lakes. If we go there, they said we can't go on the other lake." And I said, "Yeah." I said I did a story on that. Then he goes, "Man, we just gonna go to the river. Fuck it." I mean, because they go to the river all the time, but it's like, all right, fuck, we go taking the boat to the river now.
Yeah, that shit crazy, bro. 100%.
Yep. Shout out to my man Wise Man. If he, you know, they be hitting up the the river all the time, going wakeboarding and shit.
Everything. We got Brandon in the building. What's up, Brandon?
What's up, Brandon?
He said, laughing my ass off. They don't forget. You ain't lying, bro. Them is fact. SLE, self-insurance over policy insurance. Come on now. You got to have a lot of dollars
if you got money
for your house. 100%. And that motherfucker got to be paid off too.
Yeah, 100%. You ain't lying. Private insurance is some other shit, man.
I still think my pump system would have worked and saved money.
And like, listen, now I would have said everything don't work. I'm claiming everything is fucked up.
I mean,
that never happens to me.
He even said you could take pictures. If you had pictures of your living room, your bedroom, shit like that, the AI can generate a quote for you just based off of a picture of your fucking living room and shit like that. That's federal than a motherfucker.
Hey, good thing I have it on the digital spaces when I first moved here. Remember I did a little tour? Yeah, I built this motherfucker with my bare hands.
Come on now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and God forbid any of that happens to any of us. But
facts.
You know what I mean? And they be coming around trying to scare the motherfucker too, man. When I first moved here, they're like, They're like, I got the Terminix because I was going to war with bugs. Remember that? Going to war with all kind of bugs. Then the Terminix motherfuckers, they start trying to stick their hooks in me. They're like, man, you should really do termite treatment. I said, where? He's like, yeah, man. And then the last spot that I had, it had a termite woo-wop. And the homeowners had to come. We had to call them. They had to come in, take care to rip the whole wall out. It was the whole thing.
Oh, wow.
Matter of fact, the dude that was doing all the treatment, and this during like COVID times, you know what I'm saying? I was letting him in through the garage. So he would walk in and he would just smell all the medicinal. You know what I mean? And he was like, oh, yeah, smells good in here. And then right away, I knew he partaked, right? So then he's walking through my little podcast setup. And then also that my old spot, my home studio was way more legit. You know what I'm saying? It was like, so you could tell like, okay, this is, someone works. This is a workstation. So he's like, oh man, he's like, I'm a gamer. I go, oh word. And he shoots me his gamer tag on Facebook, whatever. And like, he did like the Facebook gaming shit.
Oh, wow.
Like you can make money. Or like people could donate. They could donate.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's something or other like that. I forget how he had it hooked up, but his name was like Debo something. And he was a Niner fan too. I had my Niner posters up. So immediately we're like, but he told me it was just one little wall that they had to do the treatment in. And they're not supposed to tell me this shit, but he's like, look, you ain't the homeowner, but I'm gonna tell you this shit right here, $30,000 right here. I'm like, oh shit. You know what I mean?
What?
Just to fix this whole thing that the termites done got on.
Oh, wow.
This one wall. You know what I mean? But it was like by the bathroom, and he said that's like normal because they're gonna be like where it's like fucking
where the water and the moisture is.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But I was like, oh shit. But you just start seeing the wall like it was like deteriorating, like for some reason. We're like, what the hell is that? And I just touched it one day and it was soft. I was like, oh shit, that's termites. I already knew that for sure.
Yeah.
You don't really give a fuck when it's not your house. I was renting this motherfucker, so I was just like, fuck it. You know what I mean? But then I was like, oh, you know what? That's not any good. You know what I mean?
Brandon said water pumps can pump the pool empty in like 90 minutes. 90% of homes had them. You could have had 900 out of 1,000 homes covered in 18 million gallons of water before the fire arrived. They only cost 500 to 1,000 each.
It might be like, it might have been like, it's the poor infrastructure. Like, because in the moment's notice, when they're evacuating all these houses, right? You got to have like some kind of task force unit type of thing where they're driving around with all these tankers with addresses with all these swimming pools, and they're just fucking, you know what I mean, loading up. You know what I mean? We didn't have things of that nature. Like you saw the videos, motherfuckers, they're evacuating their houses. Bruh's still out there with his whole water hose trying to save the motherfucker. Like, listen, it's time to go, man. Let it go. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, I seen a video during these last fires though, where homeowners were saving their houses with water hoses.
You feel me? You gotta do what you gotta do. You knew them peoples wasn't coming. Oh, there was this one dude, man. Shout out to my homie Josh Carrot. This dude, he was my neighbor, and I just held through his government name out there. But anyways, he works for Google now, right? And this dude, he's like an adrenaline junkie. He's my age, but he went to the war back in the days. And then like when he came back from the war, he started doing like and he's from Thousand Oaks, right? But anyways, he started doing, where they drop you in the fires and you put the markers, and then the foods come through and they dump that peak shit.
Mm-hmm.
But the big old fucking wildfires, he was one of them guys for a while.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and this was all before he goes to Google. But oh yeah, check this out. You can probably even Google this guy. But like life after the military, he was one of Obama's Secret Service, bro. So he had like this plaque. It was like a picture of him and Obama. He was all proud of it. But
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. And he had the line on the crazy Molly too. Like this fool, he was like a super adrenaline junkie, and he would like rail the shit too. But anyways, he was my neighbor for hella years, and he had hella guns. So it was tight because like he was just like, you had someone like crazy next to you that was like on your side. You know what I mean?
Come on now.
Yeah, he'd always be like, "Hey, bro, there's this car out here. It's and he'd tell me the model, and like, oh, I don't know them. Okay, I'm watching him. I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, like, cause I wouldn't be looking out the window like that, but he was. You know what I mean? He's always just looking at the block, like, all right, cool, man, hold it down.
Come on, now.
He's seen a lot. But yeah, now he works at Google. Check this out. He does these balloons, because I still stay in touch with him. The low altitude balloons. So they fly them out into little areas, like rural areas. Rural? Am I saying that word right? Anyways, but so they can get Wi-Fi and shit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you just work at home, and just boom, fucking with the balloons and shit.
So the employees can work from home?
Yeah, so he works at home, monitors all these balloons, and like his little jurisdiction was like in like Nevada, but like the Reno area. Yeah, like the Reno area. You know how Reno's like, there's like Reno with the casinos and everything else is like nothingness. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's hella mountain area. I was just watching something about a casino up in the mountain area on everything that they remodeling.
Oh, okay, that's one of them old mafia joints, probably.
One of them old joints up there in the mountains.
Yeah, back in the days, Sinatra, he had one. It was in the Tahoe Mountains, and you had to be a boss. You had the helicopter lift to this motherfucker.
Is that right?
Well, in the wintertime. Because like in the road, because you couldn't get there by the roads, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's real boss shit, you know what I mean?
Oh my mama. Brandon said problem is water hoses require the water to still be on, but pool pumps, it doesn't matter if the area is lost water flow, the pipes still
pumping the water from the pools into the system immediately. Okay, so not like my dumb ass was thinking somebody puts a thing in there, sucks it into a tanker, and then this truck drives up and goes spraying it on fire.
Yeah, then he said when the water systems come back on, just refill the pools.
There it is.
Yeah, see, that's like one thing.
Or they wanted it to happen.
But see, like us up here in Northern California, when you take a trip, when you're doing a road trip going to SoCal, once you start getting into Central California, you're going to start seeing signs and start going further into Southern California. It's going to say, is growing food a crime? Because we send a lot of our water up here because like Bogey said, we got the Tahoe Mountain, we got, Lake Tahoe, then we got fucking Reno and all that shit up there. So all them mountains up there, when there's snow, that shit run off down here. And we got to push that shit down there because that's where they grow all the shit like that. But also in SoCal, like if it don't rain, they don't really get no water, but also they get water from Lake Mead and the fucking Hoover Dam down there. It's sending water down there, the Colorado River. But my thing is like we beef over water out here, bro. 100%. You can say what you want to say about NorCal and SoCal, but one thing that separate us is that fucking water, bro. 100%. That shit is big out here,
crazy. Bro. Like out here, we just doing water sports, all kind of water everywhere. And you go down, you know what I mean? We right by the bay, all the shit. And then even when you're driving down there, like you said, you look to the right when you're going south on that 5, man, you look to the right, you'll see all them, what do they call them? The things that's filled with the water.
The aqueducts.
The aqueducts, bro. You see the little floating balls and shit.
Oh my mama.
Yeah, I was on mushrooms one time. I mean, one of my, not on mushrooms, but anyways, I was watching this little thing about what those balls are for. Balls.
And what they for?
Like, because like when the light comes in, it bends the light a certain way, right? So it doesn't grow no algae in this motherfucker.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
Things are like weighted. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the people that own the cuties. You know what the cutie little tangerines is?
Yep.
Them motherfuckers got the monopoly on the water. And so, I mean, damn near everywhere because they grow. So that not only do they got the cuties, they got the pomegranate juice. They got all types of shit, right? And they one of the ones that got the monopoly on the water out here, bro. 100%.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that shit crazy, bro. And you could watch a documentary on the them aqueducts. Oh, my mama.
Yeah, it was a trip during like the drought days. Remember that shit? Like the crazy. I mean,
we're still in the drought days.
Yeah, well, in the beginning of it, because it when we would go down to like Disneyland and shit, we're driving down there, and you would see them motherfuckers be low, and you'd be like, oh shit, just the aesthetic of it, because you're used to seeing them motherfuckers all the way to the top with all the balls and shit. Pause.
Well, like I said, I'm a water baby, so the water fascinates me. Like I never been to Lake Mead. I never been to the Grand Canyon. What's the name of the dam? The Hoover Dam. I never been to that shit. I want to go to that shit, right?
As a kid.
So on YouTube, it's a father and son that do fishing content, right? And so they was doing a lot of content when the motherfucking Lake Mead was super down and they were finding bodies and boats that had sank and shit like that. So you can see, so they were documenting like just in fucking like 95, the water at Lake Mead was still higher than the motherfucker. Then when the 2000s come, you just see the water erosion marks, just the level of how low the fucking Lake Mead is, bro. Oh my mama, that shit is crazy.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy seeing like we had this one lake called Lake Anderson. It went that far from where I live, and we used to just as kids, you know what I'm saying, we would go there, go jet skiing, all the shit with the family. Then like as teenagers, we would go over there and just smoke at night because it would just be like, but it used to be a fat lake where it was like you would have to like you would pull up and then it's kind of right there. You know what I'm saying? You walk up and then like 10 years later, now you pull up and you gotta walk down because now before where all this water used to be, it's just like, you know what I mean? And now you gotta walk down.
Even the launch points, the launch points, you know what I mean? Now they having to dredge that shit in order for your shit to go down. Like at one point for Lake Mead, you couldn't even launch your boat because that motherfucker was too low.
That's crazy. Yeah, because they only do that concrete woo off so far too, you know what I mean?
Oh my mama.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and the little launch, the launch, what do they call it? The little launch ramp or whatever.
Yeah, that shit crazy. So yeah,
just going to the lake. That was like, yeah,
this water shit crazy out here, bro. 100%. You know what I mean? So
I was that motherfucker. My shoulders would always be peeled because it should be sunburned in the motherfucker.
Oh, everything. Real talk, burning shoulders, like a motherfucker.
Nose, back of the neck, just like fuck. I'm burnt in the motherfucker.
Oh, everything. Brandon said 900 of them only cost 450,000. Need to double check the economics on a nuclear plant paired with a desanitization facility. Yeah, well, not too far from here, we had a fucking nuclear power plant. It's called Rancho Seco. 100%. That motherfucker ain't nothing but like 20 miles. We used to swim in that lake. 100%. Oh my mama, I remember going there as kids, and you could see the reactors right when you pull it into that bitch. 100%. It's either Microsoft or Google just bought a nuclear power plant in Pennsylvania. I want to say it's 3 Mile Island or some shit like that.
Yeah.
It's where Shady McCoy is from, and number 11 Parsons and Shady from the same Harrisburg, right? So it's not too far from Harrisburg, but either Microsoft or Google just bought that nuclear power plant. They're firing it back up to help their fucking AI computers, 100%, because it's cheap energy, just like how Brandon's talking about cheap energy. Everything.
Is that why is that on purpose? They keep it by some kind of body of water?
Now that I don't know. But you got to have water. Yeah, it is a reason because you got to have water to cool the system.
To cool the motherfucker down.
That's what makes the motherfuckers.
Where the reactors they have water.
So when it don't get no water, that's what make the nuclear reactor overheat. So like in that shit that I just said about in Pennsylvania, that's why that shit closed down, because the motherfucking nuclear reactor overheated and it started letting that shit out into the air. 100%.
Oh shit.
Oh my mama. It's a damn good documentary. Just type in either Amazon or Google or Microsoft, and then buying nuclear power plant. Oh my mama.
That's crazy.
They're
about to take some of that old tech and revamp it, huh?
Come on now.
I mean, because that uranium or whatever the fuck that they use, that element that they use, that you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that shit don't go bad. You know what I mean? Like,
right. Yeah, it is cheap energy.
I think they keep it in
energy.
Lead. Is it like some kind of lead fucking barrier or some shit like that?
What's that?
I don't know. I think I'm just making stuff up now. Like where they keep the little plutonium or uranium or whatever it is.
Now that I don't know.
They encase it in like lead shields it or something like that.
Yeah, it's definitely something that can hold that shit for sure. Because if it get hella hot, everything, and it's going through shit.
Hold on. Everything. I'm gonna walk the little man out.
Yep, it's all good, big bro.
Yeah,
that shit crazy though, man. 100%. You know, you definitely got proponents of both sides for for nuclear and against nuclear. I mean, you know, I'm an old motherfucker 100%. So I've always heard about Chernobyl and fucking, I think it's in Russia, you know what I mean? One of they nuclear shit, you know what I mean? And it wiped out the whole joint. I think you still can't even go to that motherfucker, you know what I mean? It's still radioactive activity in the atmosphere at that motherfucker 100% in the shit. Like I said, at fucking in Pennsylvania, 100%. And I think our shit out here, it might have had some type of little scare as well, but I don't think it released anything into the atmosphere 100%. So yeah. But back to the motherfucking story though about the AI helping bruh generate a motherfucking rebuttal to the motherfucking insurance company's proposal. You know, that's some damn good homework right there, 100%, you know, because you pay for you know, as long as you paying your monthly premium, especially if you ain't never had no claim, you know what I mean? And here it is, a natural disaster, you know what I mean, that done wiped out your shit 100%. And you know that this property, even if you had a appraisal within the last few years or not, you know, you can kind of gradual what shit is going for, because motherfuckers be selling their motherfucking houses in the area. You can do comps on what's going on. You know what I mean? Motherfucker be putting their shit up for sale somewhere around here. I'm definitely seeing what they asking for their shit 100%. And you know what they just tried to hit them with. Like he said, even though they sold their property, you know what I mean, and they got up out of there, they didn't want to do the rebuilding, but give me what my shit is worth 100% before the house burnt down, not just the motherfucking property value 100%, because whoever you sell this motherfucker for to, they finna go ahead and, you know, make shit shake. And they probably coming in that motherfucking buying up multiple homes 100%. So yeah, on everything, you know, the shit in Hawaii, you know what I mean? Ain't no telling what, we ain't heard nothing too much about that shit from that fire, 2 years ago, and who's buying up that shit in the houses that didn't burn, you know what I mean? Oh my mama. Let's go ahead. We'll flip it back over to the GWN. We'll take another intermission before we fire up this next one. This is a damn good one. This next one, you know, Vegas is coming up. You know, we do well, this is my first time being in the motherfucking Jim Wealth house in Vegas, but you know, it's draft shit. You know, my shout out to my AOB brothers. This will be our 9th or 10th year doing different cities live drafting. But I say that to say this, man. Hey, we be doing Airbnbs, you know, getting little mini mansions, whole hotels, you know what I mean, fat penthouses, shit like that, right? So this next story gonna be pertaining to something like that and the neighbors around that motherfucker. So yeah, I want to make sure bruh see this. So what we'll do, we'll take a little intermission real fast and we'll fire that bitch up. Let's get it.
It's your temperature check. You ain't hot, so you hot. You ain't getting your check. I made a lot off the block. How I earned respect. Put in work every day. We had to flirt with say. On the baby side. On the baby side. On the baby side. We from the light. We want the light. Let's make this paper on the baby side. Yay. Yay.
Yes, sir. That was temperature check by, you know, our motherfucking guy, Mr. Bogard, scot-free, 100%. Shout out to my dog, man, and shout out to Peacock for cooking up the visuals, 100%, man. If you a sneakerhead, drop in the chat. Would you wear some Marty McFlys? Just drop a Y or an N if you're a sneakerhead and will fuck with some Marty McFlys. I do not like them shits 100%. I would not buy them if I had all the money in the world. I would not fuck with them. But I want some motherfucking Red Octobers though, for sure. I just was watching Rami shit the other day and somebody brought in some motherfucking Red Octobers and they wanted $10K for them motherfuckers. On everything. That's probably like the only grill that I want on my mama. 100%. Let's switch back over. And then we're gonna get into, let me see. Let's go ahead and fire it up and we'll go ahead and run it back once Brad come. Let's get into this shit.
Some DeKalb County homeowners say enough is enough. 2 years ago, a new mini mansion went up in their neighborhood. The owner throws loud parties and also rents out his home for private events.
That's not allowed under the neighborhood zoning. But even with neighbors all around the house complaining, DeKalb authorities have not put a stop to the noise. Fox 18 reporter Johnny Edwards talked to residents about why these blowouts have them at their wits' end at this point, Johnny.
Russ and Christine, it's music blasting across property lines, overflow parking, traffic, armed security. These homeowners say it's like living next to a nightclub. Hear that noise coming through the trees? That's music blasting from a neighbor's speakers.
It's loud enough to feel a vibration in my body standing in my home. My nervous system can't take this anymore.
Andre Jackson and his wife live right next to the source of noise.
You can hear them inside our house. You can certainly hear them on our deck.
His loud neighbor, 36-year-old Brock Shorter, whose home went up 2 years ago. He told us by phone he's within the law.
I do have parties. Like, I do have music playing. You're going to be able to hear it during the hours that are allowed to hear it. But it's not going to be unreasonable.
Now, in this once quiet neighborhood in unincorporated DeKalb, just inside the perimeter, a clash of lifestyles. Some of Shorter's gatherings so huge, cars fill up the front lawn, with valet parking, shuttle service, and armed security.
We live with loud music, screeching car tires.
Some of these parties, revenue generators. Shorter has the house listed on Airbnb and Gigster as a modern compound. Some events charging admission.
His rights don't or shouldn't overshadow my rights.
So how is this allowed in a residential area? It's not, according to a county spokesman. Records show complaints about Shorter's address have poured into police and code compliance. And Jackson delivered a letter to county commissioners and code compliance in June, signed by 32 surrounding neighbors, comparing Shorter's house to a commercial nightclub. But despite everything the neighbors reported to the DeKalb County government, the party house went right on partying. Shorter cited for code violations, most of them dismissed. Police reports show officers often asking Shorter or other party hosts to keep it down, but also informing those complaining that the county's noise ordinance doesn't take effect until 11 at night. The neighborhood's county commissioner says that ordinance needs updating.
We have been working on a short-term rental ordinance. A portion of that ordinance does relate to dealing with these party house issues, and we have also tried to tackle it through strengthening our current noise ordinance.
The proposed fix, capping decibels at 65 during the day and forbidding sounds audible 100 feet from the source late at night and into the morning, which would be a relief to Rafi Muhana, who lives on another street.
Sometimes we cannot sleep, we cannot work, we cannot rest, we cannot use our deck.
We reached out to Shorter too. He would only talk by phone. He said his neighbors are exaggerating the sound levels, which he's tested himself.
The property line. They complained so many times, right? And they like choreographed the complaint.
Shorter denied running a party house, saying most of the parties his neighbors complain about are his own. He denied selling tickets. We asked him, though, about this advertisement for Memorial Day.
Yeah, it says $25 admission, $48 for men, $117 parking on site, $866.32 for 2 bottles and 5 tickets.
If you can't send me that link, I have nothing to do with that.
After our call, the ad changed to canceled.
Yums?
Neighbors say they just want the loud noise to stop.
I don't have a problem with someone having a party, but having speakers that are loud enough to reverberate sound into my home to disturb my children's bedrooms and my bedrooms is unacceptable.
Now, new on this, we've been trying to find out where the breakdown has been with DeKalb in sorting out this issue, and it appears to be at the court level. We asked the DeKalb Solicitor General's office why 2 code violations against Shorter got dismissed. The answer today from a spokeswoman, because the citing officer had left the department, so the prosecutor didn't have a witness. She said there's nothing stopping code compliance from writing more tickets if they're warranted.
Yeah, man, that shit crazy right there. Shout out to Johnny, top of the morning, big bro. Oh, my mama, the Karens is madder than a motherfucker that they ain't invited to the fucking party, bro. That shit crazy. Bruh got armed guards, valet parking. He got a list of from the Memorial Day show. We got Bo back in the building.
Yeah.
He got a motherfucking flyer with multiple packages from general admission for the ladies for $25. The fellas got to pay $50. $866 for VIP service and 2 bottles. Bruh is running it up out of his motherfucking house, and that bitch fatter than a motherfucker. Oh,
he's throwing a little club.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's what they were saying. It was a commercial nightclub. That's what they trying to compare that shit to.
Yeah, and then like, see, here's the thing too. Is like when you do stuff like that, you almost have to be like car service mandatory. Like you can't be having this block flooded with motherfuckers parking and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what they tripping on Rick Ross about. His car show is about all the traffic and shit like that. So this year, what they doing is having designated areas for everybody that's attending the shit to get picked up at and get shuttled to his shit. I just seen that shit.
Yeah, because then like, I mean, shit, man, even the Niner tailgates. Like I remember that was a big change where it's like, okay, now it's a parking lot here, parking lot there, parking lot blue, red, fucking green. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And like, you know what I'm saying? So like, you know, you're like, hey, where y'all at? You know, before it'd be like, you just walk everywhere. Now it's like, oh man, y'all on the other side over there. I got to cross the street. And like, you know what I mean? So I always made sure whatever tailgate we was at was the one that was right there by the stadium. You know what I mean? But then, because, you know, it wasn't built necessarily with that idea, right? You know what I mean? Even the Ubers you can't even get, they block off all the streets whenever it's game day. So you can't, like, Uber can only take you like a mile, like they take you within a mile of it.
So you're gonna have to do some footing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so there's like a drop-off little area and it's cracking over there too. There's like
you're gonna have to walk over that you're gonna have to walk over that hill and whatnot.
That's exactly what it is. And listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. I've seen more than a few spills on that hill.
Man, I threw a beer away, a whole beer, and the police said, "Man, why you doing that?"
Yeah, he says
he was mad that I threw it. He was mad that I threw it because I seen him and I'm trying to smash beers before we walk into the stadium. He's like, "Bro, he wasn't tripping, basically."
Yeah,
everything.
Just this general area it's open container, so.
I didn't know that. Oh my
yeah, it's pretty badass. But see, once you get up off that general area, though, then they'll ticket your ass real quick. That people get drunk, they get thrown in the little drunk woo-wops like crazy over there.
Oh my mama, my boys, when we came out that motherfucker, they had them grilled hot dogs out there, boy, with all the fixings.
Oh, he was killing it.
Oh, everything.
Was it the bacon wrap woo-wops?
Huh?
He was doing the bacon wrap things?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my mama. Shout out to the street vendors, man, that know what they doing out there. 100% them motherfuckers be coming in the clutch, bro. Oh, everything. There's some stories about the street vendors too. I don't know if I want to weaken y'all's stomach, you know what I mean? If y'all want to fire that shit up one day, we can too. Oh, everything. They tripping on that shit, bro. But the neighbors though, huh?
Is my camera straight?
Yeah, you good.
Oh, okay, yeah, because my shit was geeking on my end for a sec. Okay. It was because my alarm went off for some reason. I'm like, why do I have an alarm for 11:10? Oh, maybe it's because of 11:11. Let's go.
But the neighbors on this story, like how you said about the traffic, but also it showed in the video of motherfuckers, you know, they probably got Hellcats and whatever the fuck they ride.
They parking lot pimping outside the crib.
Man, they was showing that shit fast. That's what they was doing too, though. And that's another, like that type of shit. You definitely don't want that type of shit. If you're doing parties and shit like that, you do not want motherfuckers pulling up, just making the block hot. 100%. That's one thing that gets shit shut down. 100%. That ain't cool. But motherfuckers that come through can't get in, then got the drop on the party, like you said. They'll be outside parking lot pipping because they'll come and growl on that shit too, though. The mansion parties and shit like that, because they really like some exclusive shit, though. 100%. You know what I mean? You just ain't walking up in one of them motherfuckers, You know what I mean?
Yeah, like down in SoCal or like even in Calabasas. Like I went to a party. Yeah, it might have been in Calabasas Hills somewhere there. Fat shit though. But yeah, this is during the allegedly days. You know what I mean? And like them parties, it'll be going down too. Like and then we have the side room where everybody's skiing and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like and then this was before like Uber and all that shit, and they wouldn't allow you to go to some of these parties. Just drive up. Hey, on God, you remember Kid and Play?
Mm-hmm.
I was at one of them parties with Kid. We rode up with Kid. And he was saying, it was like, and fools were always sweating us too. Oh, who you here with? Oh, we're here with Kid. Oh, okay. Then they're the whole
You ain't got nothing to worry about.
And like, because, we were standing there like a sore thumb and shit. It was like a Hollywood crowd, you know what I mean? Like, but you know what I mean? They're like, then when you got it, you're the man, you know what I mean? Like, oh, come on over here in the billiard room.
Every time.
Really? Yeah, I ain't never partied with Kid, but I know he did though. For sure.
Real talk.
He got real serious at one point too. He's like, "Hey, it's time to go." You know what I mean?
Like on Superbad when
they
he went in the room and they started making him sing. Oh, everything. They went in that room to go skiing. Oh, everything. He just got caught at the wrong place at the wrong time.
He was in there trying to make a phone call, remember?
Oh, my mama.
He was trying to promise old girl he got the liquor.
Go ahead and sing that song that I like. Oh,
he's like, that's brother's son, man. Oh, yeah, man. He sings like an angel.
Come on, now, right. Oh, my mama. That's exactly what he said. That shit is crazy.
And then they cut back away. You know what's crazy too is they on rewatching it not too long ago. So when they cut away and then it's bruh. I mean before that scene actually, before they cut away to the party when they're driving in the car with dude. The
weirdo that hit him, accidentally hit him at the liquor store.
They're playing that song in the car.
Was that? Yeah,
that song that he ends up singing in the room. These eyes, they cry every night. That song was playing. I was like, oh shit, it's an actual song.
That was the first thing that he thought of when he was in the car with the weirdo. Or something that was playing with the weirdo.
They were all singing it with him. Oh, they're all cooked out.
Oh my mama.
And they were so cooked out they thought it sounded good too. Like, man.
Yeah, the one dude was doing this shit. He was feeling that shit. Oh, everything.
Yeah. Hey, now you want to bump, man? No? Yeah, man. Yeah, that shit crazy.
Yeah, that's my shit.
But the homie, but shout out to the homie Kid. It was the one and only time I met him because the dude when I was working for that magazine, like he would just kick it with this dude every time he was in LA. And like, but Kid was real cool because he was like, when he said, all right, it's time to go, it was like a hard, like, let's go. And he was driving too. So we dip out and he's just like, certain hours, you just leave those parties out. Now it's like, like, oh shit. Probably all the weird shit happens. That's why, you know what I mean?
Hey, the smaller level Diddy parties. That's the smaller level Diddy party. Oh, shit.
You know what I mean?
Oh, my mama.
Hey, the Holly weird shit.
Hey, but that shit said that it said that Brett was renting that shit out on Airbnb too, though. And that motherfucker, he built that bitch up from the ground up too. It's only been there for like a year or two.
Oh, word. Oh, so then they got new age Karens in there. They got some tech money up there in the neighbors.
Yeah, hey, dude ain't playing with that motherfucker, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, my mama.
Hey, that's slick. I mean, that's the one thing too, is like you're gonna get in trouble for that real quick. Like, you know what I mean? And I guess like, you know what? If they shut you down, you got all this pocket full of money, and then you already paid for the woo wop, and whether they're gonna take the security deposit, fine. I made money, you know what I mean? But yeah, you will. There's probably some type of charge, disturbing the peace at minimum, right?
But see that shit, like, right? So he done went to court, and they didn't threw that shit out. You know what I mean?
Word.
And so the noise ordinance is is stop at 11 o'clock. So like when we do our shit for our drafts, like we got kicked out of when we did the shit at Pacific Beach, right? Because they didn't want us out there after 10 o'clock. out on the deck, you know what I mean? Because it's a small ass community of motherfuckers, and so that type of shit they don't condone that shit. So during the draft, you know what I mean? Because we get the house from Friday to Monday, 100%. So during the draft, they end up kicking us out 100%. The draft might have been Saturday, it might have been Sunday. I forgot what day it was, but they smooth kicked us out that motherfucker because of the noise ordinance. But the owner of that motherfucker just put us somewhere else within the same facility of Pacific Beach. Oh my mama, but they be tripping off their shit though. So you definitely got to pay attention to the rules. But if you know what I mean, if bruh is shutting the music down at 11, you know what I mean, then because it's at a certain decibel. So if the music gets shut down or get turned down, hopefully the motherfucking goers volume, just being outside and everybody having they conversations and shit ain't too, you know what I mean, because the shit done been shut down. So what the fuck are they, you know what I mean?
You know what's real cool? So the spot that we got last year, we got it again, and we already locked that thing down. And the thing was, it was real adamant about, we're gonna do a draft here. We're gonna have like 20 plus motherfuckers here. And then, there was like, yeah, we're all good with that. You know what I mean? We're like, oh, cool. You know what I'm saying? Then, you know what I mean? We kept a good relationship with motherfuckers. So I said, hey, yeah, if we want to book it again. They said, cool, we got you. Then they said, hey, we might have some extra stragglers. That, oh man, let me know. I'll give you some air mattresses. Or like, fuck yeah, bonus. And I remember like, he did say something about just the noise at late, just for courtesy, right? Because that's just and this is just hotel courtesy anyway. Because this joint is it's one of them woo wops inside a hotel. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it got the little wraparound little balcony that we needed because we be blowing, you know what I mean? Right. And like I remember we was out there, I'm on the shrooms, everybody went out for the night, but like me, Derek, and Dennis, we just kicked back and just drank and we were just burning, you know what I mean? Plus I was shrooming out my mind, I was like, man, fuck this, I'm going back, you know what I mean? And we had lost Kidda too. Kidda was on the mushroom. He had just kind of he couldn't find his way. He said he had lost the group, and then like but he kept getting seen walking like bending the block because he said like everything looked the same, and he just kept going around. Because like I was, I hit them up like, yo, tell me if you see Kidda. But anyways, we was out there on the balcony just slapping. It was late, and I just hear somebody like, "Hey," and I was like, "Oh shit, my bad, bro." It was like another balcony, like couple floors up. I was like, "My bad, bro." He's like, "Nah, man, turn that shit up." I was like, okay. And then, you know what I mean? He was out there, he was blowing and stuff. All right, cool. Yeah, we're booking that spot again. You know what I mean?
100%. And see, that's the thing, like, right? So, like, last year, we had the whole hotel, right? We was at a spot where it had 19 bedrooms. We rented out the whole motherfucking hotel, had our own host, had breakfast every morning cooked for us, you know what I mean? Fat kitchen, fat pool.
Oh, did they do
fat amenities? Fat amenities for sure, right? So that's the first year we did something like that since Cuzzo Kev had the spot, had the shit at the top of the ponds, 100%. But the story is though, like right in between them times and the shit at the ponds was our first year. So that's like 2017, right? And last year was the 19, bedroom shit. So it's kind of like Bogue said, some hotel shit. But the point is, and then everything else between them been Airbnbs. But my point is that when you get into somebody's house that you written and shit like that, you know what I mean? As long as you take care of that motherfucker and, you clean up after yourself, you don't be dogging that motherfucker, you know what I mean? Bro, you like Bogue said about building the rapport of the motherfucker that run that motherfucker or own that bitch, you know what I mean? It's going to be good every time. And then you might even be able to lock in your date because sometimes, you got to get your dates in early because them motherfuckers be going. The motherfucking the shit that we was at last year, from my understanding, that they the rallies that book all the shit for our draft, they had that motherfucker locked in, but everybody didn't get their dough in, so the dates that we wanted was fucking gone 100%. So somehow, some way, I don't know if somebody canceled. I don't know what the fuck the story was, but we was able to get that bitch. So you definitely want to build a rapport with the places that you going. That way you take care of that shit, man. It's gonna be good because you know what I mean. When we do these live drafts, man, that's the thing. All of us getting together, man, that shit turn up, you know what I mean? And we definitely want to lock them places in, man, that take care of us 100%. Oh my mama. Johnny said, life goal, a sound system that pisses off all my neighbors, all my mama. Them motherfuckers was coming out with the decimal readers on everything. And what she was playing and what they said the decimal reader was, I think they said it was 65. His shit, it might have jumped into 70 something, you know what I mean, low 70s, but his shit wasn't too high. And that's the thing. In the daytime, they were showing it in the daytime, but the shit is at fucking 11 p.m. You know what I mean? So if bruh start yanking at 12 o'clock, and I think that's what the flyer said, from 12 to 10 or something like that, you know what I mean? That's enough time to go ahead and turn the fuck up. An 10-hour party. Oh my mama, you're gonna have to have like I forgot what Bo called it, motherfuckers, cheat codes. You're gonna have to have cheat codes in order to last that type of party on my mama. And the way that it looks so exclusive with motherfuckers getting VIP parking, he offering bottle service with VIP like type shits, and it's so fat, you know what I mean? A motherfucker definitely want to try and slide up in that motherfucker, especially like a little day parties, you know what I mean? That motherfucker yanking. Oh my mama, I am not mad at brother. He's taking advantage of his investment, you know what I mean? He built the bitch up from the ground up. Why not be able to make some money off your property? 100%.
Oh, and he owned the property?
Yeah, he owned that motherfucker. He built it from the ground up.
Wow. See, that's cold. And he just trying to, you know what I mean? See, Diddy and them was throwing the parties for free. For those people, like, no. This ain't no Diddy party. You got to pay to get in here.
Right. And the thing is like, so they was talking about they trying to make an ordinance for short-term rental, aka party houses, right? So if bruh own this motherfucker and he doing his own thing, they really can't that ordinance, or if they trying to shut,
it's a loophole
on everything. But it did say that bruh, he do be renting that motherfucker on Airbnb. So we could probably go find that motherfucker on Airbnb.
I'm gonna get one of his flyers. Tell Peacock we need one just to look like this. Then we'll go rent that motherfucker, throw a party.
Oh my mama, that's gonna be the next Jim Wells spot right there.
Yeah, bro. And then we tell him, hey, look, bro, listen, we will cut you in, bro. You know what I mean?
Come on now, oh my mama.
We'll cut you in, big bro.
We gonna film from that motherfucker, bro. Oh my mama. Turn that bitch up. Oh, everything.
That's gonna be lit one day though, when we do the live podcast type shit.
Come on now, them is facts. Give me what you got going out on this joint right here, bro.
Man, I totally missed that. I didn't know he was the owner, man. That's cold.
Yeah, bro, doing this thing for sure.
Let's go find him on the gram, bro, so we make sure we're invited to the next one.
Oh my mama. Oh, everything. It say his name on there. It show what bro got going on for sure.
Where's this at?
In Atlanta.
In Atlanta, okay. Yeah, you know what's dope? In Atlanta, bro, man, that spot, he probably didn't even pay that much for that spot compared to like Cali.
Come on now.
Fat shit too.
Fat shit, bro. On everything. He's sitting on some land. I don't know how many acres this shit is.
Baby, ask about me.
Everything. Yeah. Shout out to bruh, man. You know what I mean? As long as he keeping that shit within the city ordinance, because I know how the city be tripping. You know what I mean? I got fined not too long ago about my house over some punk shit. Oh, Bubba. These motherfuckers ain't no joke.
The little alley thing?
Nah, some other little bullshit, you know what I mean? But, you know, like I said, like when you talked about the drought, they had water police. The city had water. They sliding through when I get to work. Right when I'm pulling out, they pulling out, and they going through neighborhoods, making sure that you don't got no runoff coming off into the motherfucking gutter, going all the way down. They making sure that you watering on the specific day and within the time limit that you was supposed to be watering to. They was tripping off that shit 100%. So I know how they be trying to generate revenue by these fines. 100%. You can say they doing their job and all that, but certainly they be sliding through looking for shit and trying to.
Open up the water police.
Come on now, everything.
Turn that shit off.
Them is facts.
That's it. Cut the water off. Cut it off.
Oh my mama. Facts.
Open up.
Oh, everything. We got a warrant. You're using too much water. Yeah, that shit crazy. Oh my mama. We got Minnesota Den in the building, top of the morning, big bro.
What up, Danny?
Come on now. 100%. Let's get into the last joint, bro.
Let's do it.
Everything. Oh, damn it, wrong button. We go.
We begin with breaking news. He was once one of the most notorious gangsters in Chicago. Tonight, President Trump is commuting the federal sentence of Gangster Disciples co-founder Larry Hoover.
Suzanne Lemonnier is in our newsroom. Suzanne, this move doesn't mean he'll be getting out of prison. Erica Joe, legal experts see this as a potential hollow victory. Now, while Hoover may be released from federal prison, he still has a 200-year state sentence for which a parole board has already denied early release. In 1993, Hoover spoke to former CBS News Chicago reporter John Davis, and at that time, Hoover was 42 years old and had already served 20 years in prison.
I've done my time. I paid my debt to society.
That was Larry Hoover, more than 3 decades ago. At that time, the leader of the Gangster Disciples and convicted murderer told our John Davis he had a lot of time to think about ways to stop the gang violence on the streets of Chicago.
One teenager don't like the other teenager because the way he wears his hat, because his ideology is different from his. A disciple don't like a vice lord. We all black people. It's no different.
At that time, Hoover, also known as King Larry, admitted being part of a fragile gang truce in the city and organizing a protest over plans to close healthcare clinics in African-American neighborhoods. Ron Safer, the lead prosecutor in Hoover's federal trial, reacts to news Hoover's life sentence has been commuted by President Trump.
I was disappointed. I do not think that this is an appropriate end to the Larry Hoover story, at least the federal part of it.
Safer says Hoover was perhaps the most notorious criminal the state of Illinois has ever known.
He was convicted of running a continuing criminal enterprise that had approximately 30,000 members across 28 states, selling over $100 million worth of drugs in the state of Illinois alone each year. And he ran that entire operation with ruthless efficiency from prison, where he was serving a state sentence for double murder.
Safer also told us about Hoover being recorded, saying teenagers needed to sell drugs for his criminal organization. The recording was made a year after the Gangster Disciple leader was interviewed on CBS Chicago.
There was another tape where Larry Hoover said, "You have to share your drugs with these children." And I'm talking about 12 years old, 13 years old, 14 years old, so that they can sell it and they can have something. And he said, make them know that with you, they are somebody, and without you, they are nobody.
Meantime, shortly after the commutation announcement, Hoover's son posted this picture on Instagram. That's a White House official holding a copy of the commutation. Hoover's attorneys say they're thrilled he's going to be released from federal custody, but again, he still has a 200-year sentence to serve for his crimes.
Well, I mean, shit.
What you got?
You know, it's kind of like, remember Kanye? Or excuse me, Ye. He gets upset now when you call him Kanye. Ye was like, you know, that was part of his woo-wop, bro, when he was fucking with Trump. You know, when people was getting on him for fucking with Trump, that was part of his mission, was like, yo, you got to pardon Larry Hoover. Pardon federally, that's kind of like, hey, yeah, I did the best I can, you know. I did the best, you know. Our government's the best, you know. State's different. You know what I mean? Like, he kind of gave him the deal, but didn't, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, that the state of Illinois is not going to let him out.
And he already went up for the parole board, they said, for that state shit, and they denied it.
Facts.
And I don't know how many years in between time you get to go up to the board out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
100%. But, you know, the federal penitentiary, you know, if he got to go straight to the state penitentiary after he, you know, get commuted, it might be a little bit more easier and shit for his peoples to see him and all that. You know what I mean? I don't know what type of restrictions they got on motherfuckers that's doing life because of murder and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if, you know, but I think that, you know, it might be easier for his peoples to see him because I don't know what the
Where did they have
restrictions
him
is.
up in? Was he in Florence?
Now that I don't know.
Because that would be insane, right? Because it's almost like when you get there, they'll never let you out. Like you're just like, is that federal? Is Florence federal?
I want to say it is. Is that the one that's in Colorado?
It's the one that's like, yeah, it's in Colorado, yeah, but it's the one that's like hell up in the mountains, and it's like
Yeah, that's
for, like,
the Supermax joint. Yeah,
the
that's
super
the
duper max,
Supermax
yeah.
joint. Yeah, the Supermax joint. I think that is the name of it. Everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if he was up in there, because then that's a win in itself.
100%, right?
No one ever gets
Facts.
out of there. They're just, you go
And
there,
it's
you're
facts. Oh my mama, and that's why I said that shit. You know what I mean? 100%. And then the cold thing is like, right? I know motherfuckers that have came home. You feel me? 100%. You feel me? So if you get to going in that motherfucker and you doing the rehabilitation shit like that, you know what I mean? Once you go see them people trying to get out, you know what I mean? You got all this shit that you've been doing while you've been sitting down, you know what I mean? That shit helped too, you know what I mean? 100%. So hopefully, bruh, I think he been doing a lot of shit since he been locked up though, positive like type shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then that whatever dude that was representing the federal side of things that was speaking, fuck that guy. Yeah, that guy had it.
Oh, you talking about the prosecutor?
Yeah,
the prosecutor that got him that shit.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Because
Well, no.
he said this about the kids and this. And I was like, yo, you representing a system that that disenfranchises the entire race. You know what I mean? Like, and you over there complaining and shit. That shit
Right.
crazy to me.
Nah, them shit, that
I'll
shit
be
is
right back.
fact. Yep, it's all good. My bad, y'all. I got the puppy out running around this motherfucker. She doing a whole lot right now. Trying to keep her ass away from the wires in the studio. I got the fucking the spaghetti wires around here, bro. I got a 100-foot or a 50-foot Ethernet cord that only come from not too far, but I want to make sure I got the computer on the Ethernet, all this soundboard shit, all my chargers and shit like that. I gotta make sure that she don't fuck nothing up, and they chewing on shit. So I gotta make sure she ain't fucking nothing up in this motherfucker while I let her ass out on everything. Big bro, Minnesota Den said, my daughter's surgery went great. We are home resting now. Thank you for all the support. Come on now, big bro. We love to hear that, man. 100%. You know what I mean? God is good all the time. 100%. You know what I mean? And resting at home is the best place. 100%. It's a whole lot easier to recover when you at home. 100%. I done had a few major surgeries as well, and I had to stay in the hospital. I was in the hospital for 4 weeks, 100%, when I had my major accident. You know what I mean? This was 20 years ago. Bro, some of the worst time of my life, 100%. It taught me a lot for sure. But yeah, though, so recovering at home is definitely a great thing on my mama. Them is facts. He said, ADX. Yep, that's it right there. ADX. Damn it, my mouse. ADX, he is at ADX Florence on my mama. Bogey was right on everything. So yeah, that's in Colorado. If he is going to a state penitentiary in Illinois, it's definitely gonna make it easier for his people to see him and whatnot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because when you're in the Supermax, you can't see no one, like, ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then even just maybe even like his food and all that shit probably be better. Like just a little, because like over in man, I heard horror stories in Florence. That's where they got a McGriff too, right? Supreme.
That I don't know, bro.
Yeah, they got him up in there, I think. It's like they got him up in there. They got all kind of super villains in that motherfucker.
No, 100%. They might even got Chapo's ass in that motherfucker.
I think so. Yep, Chapo up in there.
Everything. You know what I mean?
All the super villains, bro.
They got one of Chapo's sons.
Oh, word.
Yeah, the U.S. got one of Chapo's sons.
Because I remember back in the days there was one footage where they had Chapo's son hemmed up, and then like it was like the army for real.
Oh, when he was in Mexico and they was shooting it out with their ass.
Yeah, and then they had to forfeit him. And then all the foods that were like, there was the cartel foods, they had their own army, but they were all like skinny jeans with fucking, they had them out, they had the army outgunned.
Oh, my mama.
That shit was crazy. I'm like, oh, they run that shit over there.
Yeah, they not playing, bro, 100%. They own military. I mean, I just seen something, where was they at? Was they in Peru? Fuck. One of them Central America or maybe South America countries, right? But it's right on the fucking water, right? So what they doing is they in the motherfucking jungle and they building them motherfucking submarines to go to the European countries, Australia, go that way and then start sliding up into Spain and shit like that with the work, 100%. So, and since it's on the water, they could just drop that bitch right when they done building that motherfucker, bro. 100%. I just seen something about that not too long ago.
They just loaded up with the work and just sent it on its way. That fucking AI takes it there, huh?
Man, that shit crazy.
That shit is crazy.
It's a 3-man submarine with no bathroom, and it take like 30 days to get to.
Oh shit!
Fuck, I want to say Spain.
It's actually manned.
Yeah, that motherfucker manned
with no bathroom. So it's like you just got a bucket or something.
A 3-man submarine, bro. How fucking ridiculous is that, bro? The cartel ain't playing, bro.
Man, you get them. Look, I would imagine it's just super small, so you go undetected on those radars. You know what I mean? And it probably is coated with some type of sonar deflecting type of woo waps. You know what I mean?
Oh, that might have been on Vice or something. I don't know if we could react to that.
Whatchamacallit? You ever heard of the Red Fellas? That's the Russian mob. You know what I mean? Yeah, they had some type of mini submarine woo wop going, but they was moving nuclear fucking capability shit, and they got popped big time.
Like nuclear weapons?
Like no, like things to like allow capabilities. You know what I mean? Like pieces to shit. You feel me? Like things you would need. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if it was exactly like the like the movies, like with the goddamn plutonium or uranium or some bullshit, but they were selling like the technology to build this shit. You know what I mean? But they're bringing this shit over in like fucking submarines and shit. I'm probably slaughtering the story, but yeah, it was on Vice too. I seen this shit on Vice. Vice used to be crazy. What happened to Vice? Now it's all like.
Yeah, they said they went bankrupt, but they still putting out content though. Oh my mama. Because I think this story that I seen was a recent story. I don't think it was no old shit. I'm trying to slide through my history to see if it popped up. Because if it was a news story, we could share that motherfucker without them tripping. But if it's somebody else's channel that make original content. But I've been watching a lot of motherfuckers react to certain motherfuckers' channels, and they've been going for, 15, 20 minutes on somebody's shit, right? And I don't understand why they're able to do that.
I don't get that either.
You've been seeing that shit too, though, bro?
Unless they just, just look at like Ack. Ack will literally just watch other people's content. So he laughs. Yeah, they do all the work for me. And he's like, yeah, maybe it's because him showing them love, they allow it on their end. They go, oh, it's okay.
Yeah, well, yeah, that definitely brings people to the people that's making the content that he's reacting to for sure.
Yeah,
it brings
he'll be like,
his fans.
I'll watch entire episodes of Sidebar. He just fast forwards to the good shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Sidebar is my shit, bro.
Yeah, and I'll watch Sidebar on their shit too. But I'll watch people like him react to their shit, and then he'll even.
Yeah, when it's putting out news. Now Sidebar. That I don't. Now, I take that back because sometimes, when they not even the Diddy shit, they'll react to all different type of cases and shit. I don't know. It's a great fucking line, man.
Yeah, and this is what I'm thinking too, is because, like for example, like with Brett Starr, right? That dude, you know what I mean? Like if he on his end, if he was to say, yeah, okay, go ahead, let them use it, we would be able to use it. He said no. You know what I mean? So
right. That was like a 3-minute video though, right? Even though I altered it.
Yeah, but motherfuckers stay watching, and I mean, maybe it's the pausing of it here and there, because you will see people pause and like chime in, and then they'll play. Because I've seen motherfuckers watch like 20, 30 minutes of some shit, like you said. You know what I mean?
No, them is
maybe
facts.
because they're on there pausing it here and there. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Maybe, and it's usually they're doing it when they're live. Then they go in and they chop it up.
Move
from the live. You feel me?
Right when we was approaching the first level of monetization, I started reading, because you know they got to go over your channel in order to see what the fuck you've been doing before they go ahead and, you know, let you start running shit up, right?
Yeah.
So I started reading that motherfucker in depth, and one of the first things that pop up about what's the shit called? Copywriting shit, you know what I mean? When it's something about free speech or news, it's free will, 100%. But see, as of lately, right? See, Fox been tripping. We done did 2 stories that was on Fox, on some type of Fox news outlet, whether it be one of Fox's main, you know, national news channels or one of their local channels.
Yeah.
But they have hit us with the, oh, you get to use this, but this is our shit type shit. Now, damn near out of the whole motherfucking orange juice on the blunt for breakfast, like you said, the shit with Star, that's the only thing that got hit with the real woo-wop, right? Everything else, though, like, it's been free will, 100%. So, you know, it's a big great line to this shit, you know what I mean? But like you said, motherfuckers, when you pause and talk about it for like 2-3 minutes and then jump back in it for maybe 2 minutes, a minute, I don't know. You feel me?
Like what about the movies that are actually posted on YouTube by YouTube?
Right. I remember like, we was talking about reviewing them.
We watch a movie, like, you know what I mean? Like, and then, you know what I mean? Just talk through it and shit.
No, facts. On my mama.
You feel me?
Yeah, that shit
like,
crazy though, bro.
Because then remember, Peacock was like, we were all here when we were talking about that shit, remember? And it was like,
I was just watching Paid in Full. Not the last time I was on the grill, that was Monday. But one of the times before that, I'm out there watching Paid in Full on the motherfucking on YouTube, even though it's dropping ads during the motherfucking during the movie, and it don't cuss. That's another thing. It don't cuss, but I'm on the device, fire that bitch right up. Remember the day that it was echoing, I was like, look at my man Money Making Mitch. They came through. They the free Money Making Mitch. Remember when I said that on stream?
I see you with Go BBS's.
Hey, I had just watched the movie, and that's why this shit popped into my head when we was.
Dying.
Oh my mama.
But we was talking about, we would do like a modern day version of the science the science theater shit. You remember what I said for back in the days where you would see like the silhouettes of 3 like characters in there in the movie.
Oh theater. Yeah.
And then, like, you know what I'm saying? And they just talking shit through the movie, you know what I mean? Hella funny.
Yeah, maybe the audio, we'll see, no, because I think with the audio, like with the music, you still got all the properties of the motherfuckers that make the music. You got all the properties of the motherfuckers that make the music, and then the motherfuckers that sing the songs. So the motherfuckers that do movies, they get intellectual properties for residuals for them doing that work. So I don't know if that would even get flagged if it's just.
Here's one thing I've noticed. Like, there's been a couple times where Peacock will be like, you ain't never seen this movie? Oh, boom, here it is on YouTube. He'll send me the link and I'll watch it, right? And then, like, I'll notice some movies on YouTube, when it comes, like, when there's like an actual commercial song that's playing in the fucking background or something, they'll drop that out.
Oh.
Yeah,
I've noticed that. I never noticed that.
Yeah, but on some of them, like, for example,
I got a story for that. I got a story to double back on that. So, about maybe 3 years ago, motherfuckers was thinking that they're finna put the Grand Theft Liberty City map on GTA 5, right? Because the fucking people that make the video game, they was doing some shit to the Grand Theft Auto 4 game. They were doing some shit behind the scenes, because you know you can get the codes, and that's how the motherfuckers that be making the content be getting shit, you know what I mean, and make content because they know how to get them codes and read the fucking codes and shit. So look, these motherfuckers was like, oh, they finna give us GTA 5. We finna get on the motherfucking, give us GTA 4 and GTA 5, and we can get on the plane and go there. Woo, woo, woo. That's what the thing was, you know, the rumors, right? So long story short, what it was is, you know, when they get the licensing for the music, for the radio stations on GTA 5, the licensing only for 10 years. So what they was doing was they was either updating the licensing or they can no longer get it, and they had to take the songs off the game.
Wow.
So when you still played the game, you can still play the game without them songs on there. 100%. So that's just like what you're talking about. Oh,
that's so part of it.
100%.
You know what I mean? Hop up in the whip, quickly put it on the station you like.
Oh my mama, and see the get down, Nova, get down, girl. The fucking GTA 4 shit, right? That motherfucker got the East Coast station. It got everything 100%. You know what I mean? Just like the GTA 5, they probably got like 15 radio stations on there now. You know what I mean? GTA 4 probably only got like 8. You know what I mean? Shit like that.
Hey, one day I'm gonna have a song on GTA. Let's go.
100%, bro. I mean, like Vice City is probably like my favorite soundtrack because it had all the music from the 80s on there.
Yeah.
It had a real R&B channel on there. GTA 4 got a real R&B channel on there.
I remember the first Xbox, the only Xbox I ever had, it was modded. And this was probably
I had one of them bitches. Shout out to
this
that.
was like years and years after the Xbox was already out. So one of the homies just blessed me with one, right? And then like we be playing the Vice City, and then you could change, but you could put whatever songs you like. I don't know if this was just already an option in the game. But
no, so what it is
I'm hella MP3s. Like I'm
gonna tell you how you did it. So the difference between the 360 and the PS3, PS2, whatever they was at the same time. See, the 360, what it allow your ass to do is you can upload your music to that bitch. Like you said, the MP3, it allows you to do that. See, I had the Xbox. So what you can do is just turn the music down on the motherfucking GTA, or you can let it play and just turn the radio station off while your music that you uploaded to your Xbox slap in the background. See, the 360 allowed that, and the 360 allowed for 10 people to be in your party. See, with the 360, I didn't have that PlayStation because of the same reason why you had it, is because it was modified. So when I first got on the Xbox and I was on the online, man, we flood that motherfucker with 10 motherfuckers. We'll be back there slapping what we'll slap, man. We'll be turned up on that bitch, bro. No lie. 100%.
Yeah, and then they'll hear the music legit.
Facts.
It's not like you're just playing it.
No, it's uploaded to your shit.
Yeah,
on my mama. It's playing through the Xbox on my mama.
Yeah, that was fat shit back in the day.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's like the days of the I had a lot of Waka Flocka when Waka's first album came out.
Flocka, bam.
On my mama. Oh, everything.
Oh, we do it.
That was my shit, bro. He got bangers on that motherfucker, bro. Oh, my mama.
Like
that first joint.
Motherfucker.
Oh, everything. He got slaps on that bitch. We got speaking of Atlanta, man, we got Ron in the building, man. Top of the morning, Ron.
Man, what's happening, Ron?
Man, he is having
he was like originally from New York too, huh?
Oh, well, his mama and his uncle. So his mama is Deb, and then his uncle is Bimmy.
Oh, word. Okay, that's right. Deb, that's right. Deb's Gucci manager.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, my mama. Facts.
Yeah, man. What's up, though, Ron? Dirty Bird.
Shout out to Ron, man. Shout out to Dennis, man. The Ignorant Thinkers podcast, man. 100%.
Yeah, man.
On everything. Make sure y'all go subscribe to my dog's channel, man. 100%. What you got going out, Bo?
My bad. You know, I done smoked a few. What was this one again?
We was talking about Hoover.
Oh yeah, man. Free the man. You know what I mean? I really think he could actually make a difference in that particular community in Chicago. You know what I mean? Like, you know, what better way? Like when that Fed dude was talking about, oh, this is not the way his story's supposed to end, or at least federally. It's like, yo, the Larry Hoover story period could end with bruh actually, you know what I mean? Maybe bringing some type of peace to the Chicago streets. Them shits is treacherous. You know what I mean? Till this day. You know what I mean? And you know, as far as the rap game too, you know what I mean? You got a lot of GDKs out there and all kind of, like, you know what I mean? Like there's that shit that they started, it didn't spread like a wildfire, and maybe someone like him could come back and just kind of douse some of that out and be like, look, you young brothers are missing the whole point of why it even started. You know what I mean? Because yeah, he ran an enterprise. You know what I mean? You know, hey, they ain't gonna give it to you. We gotta take it type of shit. But you know, it's the premise. First of all, with them helping the communities out, it just kind of, it's like they're Black Panthers, so to speak, initially, before it definitely turned into some all-out, you know, criminal enterprise shit.
Man, I love that tape, big bro. Oh my mama, bro. It said when he gave one of them interviews that he was 20 years in 1993. In 1993, bro, I was 12 years old, right? So and fucking what did he get caught in the 80s or some shit like that? Was it Nova? Stop, girl. So you know what I mean, bro, already. So here it is in 93, he done did 20. So 93 from here, what is that? 30 more years that he done did already. So he already a 50 piece in?
Yeah, he spent a majority of his life in there.
Bro, you know what I mean? 100%. And then, huh?
It's probably like 70 something now.
And like how you said in your take on the closing take about the fucking prosecutor saying that this isn't how his story should end. Like, look, bro, he didn't been convicted. He done did his motherfucking federal time. The president then pardoned him. You know what I mean? 100%. You know, you don't got the end all be all on the say so of just in life. You got, of course, you're the prosecutor. You don't say what the judge determines 100% or what the motherfucking jury say 100%, even though you won that case, you know what I mean? And it was some set time, bruh, and did his shit, you know what I mean? The president, you know what I mean? 100%. So it's like, man, fuck what his opinion is about how his story should end or it shouldn't end. Just like you said, this motherfucking, if he even, just by him being in a state penitentiary, bro, it allows for some change to happen. Because, you know, like you said, in ADX, it's so secluded how much of your shit can get out and whatnot, shit like that. You feel me? So now he do got an opportunity, not only at trying to get back out on the streets after, you know, doing some more parole like type hearings and shit like that, but he got an effect to, you know, get his word back out into the community while he being at the state level. You know what I mean? 100%, bro. That's my thing.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
100%, man.
You know,
let the people know where they can find you at, and what's going on.
Man, you already know. Tonight we got Playmakers popping. You know what I'm saying? You can find us simulcasting. You know what I'm saying? On all streaming platforms. On several different platforms.
Man, we damn near on all them motherfuckers.
Yeah, we damn near on all of them. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know what I mean? Tonight, what are we talking here? 7:00 p.m. West Coast time. That's 9:00 p.m. Central. We're hitting y'all with a dose of Playmakers. I think we're hitting y'all off with a mock draft. So yeah, stay tapped in on the Gen Wealth Net on YouTube. You know what I mean?
100%, man. If any of y'all out there that want to join the mock draft, tap every one of us, man. We're going to run a 12-team, 10-round mock draft. You know what I mean? We're going to run through that bitch real fast, like, you know what I mean? Just trying to see how rough these fantasy football ocean waters is right now, what type of boat you need to be trying to float to get to your motherfucking ship. You know what I mean? 100%. And we kicking it off early, 100%, man. If you swinging your sword and you trying to get battle ready, man, make sure you tune in for the motherfucking Playmakers tonight, man. Not only just the Playmakers. Tomorrow morning we got the motherfucking Wake Yo game up 100%. You know what I mean? We fantasy football, man. We taking this shit over, man. So we appreciate everybody that's locked in with us. Whoever that's about to find us here in the future, you know what I mean? That's gonna get locked in, and those that's been down since this shit been fired up. We highly appreciate y'all. Oh my mama, man. We gonna stay cooking. For me, myself, I'm Hard to Start JD, aka the Guccini, man. Make sure you go slide through my archives. I've been trying to get my solo content a whole lot better. Only way I'm gonna get better is by making them motherfucking solo videos. So I got another one in the tuck that I'm cooking up. So make sure you go slide over there and help your boy running shit up, man. Yeah. Make sure you stay locked in with the Gen Wealth, man, 100%, because we are collectively taking these fantasy football streets over with major content on top of everything else that we doing on the mothership. 100%. For my dog Spencer the Guru, for Peacock, for Gang Green, Diamond Joe, ear to the streets, man. That is the Gen Wealth. From my Heart to Start brothers, my Stay Tuned brothers and sisters, and my motherfucking Ignorant Thinkers podcast in the Chicago Clubhouse, man. We in this motherfucker, man. Pull up on us tonight.
Let's go.
100%. I'm gonna get y'all ready one more time for the motherfucking playmakers, man. 100%. Uh-oh. I might have to get some batteries for my motherfucking mouse. This motherfucker's starting to move real slow. All right, y'all. We go, man. We see y'all later on tonight. Be safe out there. Appreciate y'all for
Eureka. We make plays every day, yeah. 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 We make plays every day, yeah.
Yes, sir. On my mama. Like I said, 100% appreciate y'all, man. Pull up tonight, man. We mock drafting tonight, man. First mock draft for the motherfucking network, man. Like I said, we trying to get navigate these waters, see how rough they gonna be with these numbers and how people feeling some of these players and whatnot, man. Everybody in their landing spot. It's only a few major free agents that's on the market, so that free agency shouldn't shake too much unless we start seeing some of these cap casualties. What we do every season, we do see them. So yeah, make sure you come pull up on us, man, and just get a gauge of what's going on. Like we trying to get a gauge of what's going on, man. We gone, y'all, tonight.